So what's wrong with Iranian journalism? I have my own non-popular point of view. Many hate this, but I'm going to say it. I'm a cartoonist, so you can blame me. Iranian political reporters and columnists are mostly working for one party against another. The government reformist journalists are the pawns of Mousavi, or either Mousavi or Khatami. So on this unbalanced match, the pawns should be removed from the chessboard. It's true, many Iranian reporters who work for politicians. Iranian journalism is not independent from power. This has caused a lot of confusion for the people as well. It's hard to read between the lines. You're not sure if you're reading fact or fiction. The bigger issue here is a number of Iranian journalists that join certain papers to gain power and recognition, and eventually find positions in parties and possibly end up in the government. Or if you're working for a pro-government paper, you're not able to monitor the president and his cabinet members. You cannot ask questions about the oil contracts between Iran and China, or any possible links between selling cheap oil and gas to Pakistan after Abu Malik Rigi, a very famous terrorist, was arrested through their mighty hands. The bigger problem, the courts. Even if you are smart enough to pass through the filters using a perfect literature that would not provoke the elders, you have to face the judiciary and the Council of National Security and the Ministry of Intelligence and the IRGC, or the Revolutionary Guards. If they can practice journalism far and away from their own editors, I mean their Iranian editors and publishers, they can practice, I think, real journalism. Of course, if today we have real journalism in the United States, there are a lot of things at stake. But let's say we have real journalism in Europe or North America. It's important for the future of my nation to read notes, articles, stories written by non-biased, independent Iranian journalists. I'm positive that this will happen, but when, who knows? We have a saying in Iran: just the first 100 years is hard to handle, the rest is okay. So now I would end this session with the cartoons. This is what you face if you are a thinker. It's very dangerous to think independently in Iran. This is what happens to journalists. They have to totally shut up. And this is what we face on a day-to-day basis, not only by the government or the judiciary, but by our own editors. And when you're imprisoned, like many of my colleagues, even when you get out, your pen is still imprisoned. I brought this to talk about just what people are expecting through, let's say, the internet. They think that they can get whatever they want. It's really difficult because when the government from time to time blocks Google, you can't see anything. This is about citizen journalists. Of course, over here, this small character of mine is acting as a citizen journalist, and he is asking the Pastor or the Revolutionary Guard to just smile because he's on YouTube. This is what happened. You have, I don't call, but I'm not sure if we say what happened in Iran was a Twitter revolution, but it was totally a YouTube revolution in a way. People are still using YouTube to keep us in touch. And they're using cell phones to get rid of the power. And even get rid of Mr. Mortazavi. This is the crocodile that sent me to prison that I drew. I drew this crocodile 10 years ago. It has a long story. But when they cut Mr. Mortazavi, the press court judge who became the prosecutor, off. Just wanted to have fun with Mr. Ahmadinejad and Mr. Hugo Chavez and their tango. Of course, you remember Mr. Ahmadinejad in New York said that we don't have homosexuals in Iran, but many thought that this was somehow something I don't want to mention. And last but not least, if Iran and the United States want to have any affairs, in a way, Mr. Obama, who asked Mr. Ahmadinejad to unclench his fist, has to have a wipe or something to wipe the blood off his own hands. I hope it doesn't happen this way. Thank you very much.